welcome to the Stellar Show, Fayette County TV, Channel 77, Q Call and Breeze Live with myself, Ken Philibum, minus Stellar's Collectible Shop inside the Uniontown Mall owner Victor Malik, and present with me is the Duke, who is enjoying some chicken nuggies. That's for being and being a good boy, right? So I'm going to go over a few things. Minus Victor. Victor's recovering from the card show this weekend. Successful, over 150 tables from what I hear. From what I saw on social media, a lot of happy people coming and going, and a lot of people with some good hits. Maybe we'll talk about that briefly next week when we will be back on episode 14 in this inside Victor's shop, where we're going to talk about the NFL draft, but also throughout the show Rick's going to splice in some pictures and videos from the card show. And also, maybe also for myself, last night I was down at PNC Park, watched Skeens light up the Nats. That was a good time. Was hoping to, do some stuff down there, but the weather wasn't fully cooperating. As we started filming, it's not cooperating too out there. But we work with what we got. So that being said, before I forget, because I'm always good at that, and I'd like to apologize for the times that I have forgot, Mike Kelly Toyota of Uniontown isn't just about cars, it's about trust. With a wide range of vehicles and personalized service, we make your car buying experience easy and enjoyable. Come see why generations have chosen us for their automotive needs. Once again, thank you, Mike Kelly, for everything you've done for the show, and not just for the show. Mike Kelly's automotive, they're very active in the community out there, and not just Uniontown, but throughout Fayette County. So, stop and see them just for that reason alone. But so some of the things, I got some notes here, just got to go over. My good fan of the show and good friend Dom Hewitt of Giant Eagle throughout the opening pitch against the Yankees, third game, the one they beat the Yankees. So, next year, if the next time the Yankees come to town, Giant Eagle and the Pirates need to team up and get Dom back out there to throw the opening pitch. Just wanted to shout out Dom for that. Good job getting it over the plate. That's not easy doing that. I have a hard time just doing that, even without the pressure that you were in. So well done, sir. Also, we're talking about some friends of the show. We've touched base on this from time to time. Adam Schaefer, as my furnace kicked on, I apologize. Adam Schaefer is successfully recovering from a heart and liver transplant. So everyone out there that said prayers Adam's way, speedy recovery, sir. Don't be in a hurry to recover, but listen to the doctors, because we know you don't always like to, but good job, sir. We're all pulling for you. It's hopefully the hardest part of this is all behind you, and we're happy for you, and happy for the whole family and your pups, because I know they miss you too. Adam was laid up for over 100 days down there, and it's good to hear that he's on the backside of the road to recovery there. And I'm going to give Duke another nuggie here. Some other stuff that's going to be coming up here next week. Like I said, we will be talking about the NFL draft. Boy, and I'm glad we're waiting until next week to talk, because that will be the week of the draft. But anyone that's keeping track, is Rodgers going to be a Steeler? Is he going to be a Saint? Is he still waiting on Minnesota? Is Shedeur Sanders are the Steelers going to move up to possibly 7 to grab him? Or who knows what's going to happen? There's all kinds of crazy rumors out there, and hopefully as we get closer to that, we'll have some better insight on what's going on there. And you know what? I got to thank Mr. Nutting and the Pirates. While I was at that Pirate game last night, always check, when you check in on the ballpark app, always check your emails. I won a McCutcheon autographed baseball last night. I saw it come across my email, and it was real. They mail it out to you, so always look for that stuff. I know sometimes they just want to give you boring appetizers or whatever, the places that I normally don't go to. But always check that stuff, because who knows what you may have won. And if the appetizers are nuggies, we know Duke's not going to complain. But before we close this up, like I said, there's going to be some clips maybe from my what I gathered last night at PNC Park. Some clips from the card show, the successful card show of the weekend that Victor held there at the Uniontown Mall. And once again, Victor, that was a good idea that someone put in your ear all those years ago to start doing those shows down there. And you're welcome. Had to get that in there. But let's see. Oh, you know what? We're going to relive some other classics, like when Victor took batting practice, and also another with PNC Park. But also another Fayette County legend, Doug DeCenzo of the Chicago Cubs. We're going to relive a segment we had with him about a year ago. So that being said, before we do close this up, we always open some wax. But one of the reasons I waited till today was good friend of the show, Mean Dean. I got another one of these Mystery Steelers jerseys off of him. This is team issue. These are a lot of fun. So we're going to do this live recorded on the Stellar Show, Fayette County TV, Channel 77, Q Call Breeze Line. Alongside Mike Kelly, Toyota of Uniontown. So let's see what we got. And I'm doing a number on this box. And you're going to get more nuggies, bud. Hold on. Alright, so this is how that comes. We're number 12 to 30. Boy, that would have been cool if we would have done this last week, right? Alright. Okay, it looks like we got a home jersey. These are a lot of fun. Oh boy. Oh, yes! Ah! And that looks like the block number stuff, possibly, no? Either way. Juju Smith-Schuster. You know what? That'll go good with possibly up in the corner the gloves that I have from Juju Smith-Schuster's record-setting highest or longest offensive play in Steelers history. I have the gloves that he wore on that play in my possession, and he signed a photograph. But Juju Smith-Schuster, how cool is this? Yeah, I don't know if I'm flipping this, keeping it, wearing it, birthday present for somebody, who knows? But this is a pretty good hit. You know, even though Juju's been gone for a few years, he's won a Super Bowl since he left town, and you know what? Juju's one of those guys that people, for the most part, they have good memories of when he was here. So I'm happy. This is one of the better pulls that I've made in a while, as far as this. What do you think, bud? You want another nuggie? Yeah, like I have to ask. All right, so enjoy some of this stuff that, like I said, like for Victor's card show. Everyone, thank you to everyone that helped Victor out with that. I know, there was some cards that were donated and whatnot that'll be into one clip. Also, once again, thanks Doug DeCenzo and the Pirates for, the autographed baseball. Thank you, Mean Dean. It's been a good week for, some pulls for me and some random luck, but I'm babbling, and we'll see you next week for Season 2, Episode 14, back inside the Stellar's Collectible Shop inside the Uniontown Mall with Victor, and the Duke will be present too. Thank you. We'll see you next week. Rise Wrestling is after the last segment. We'll see you next week.
Stellar Show on Channel 77. Batters up with Ken and Victor revving. Duke's tail wagging, cards in the den, collecting legends. We're at it again. The Stellar Show. It's time to dive in. The Stellar Show. The sport, the drive, the win. Welcome to the Stellar Show.
Right now, he just called.
I
Ken
said,
just bet me, or kind of,
I didn't bet.
sort of brought it up that he thinks he can pull a four-leaf clover.
I didn't say I could. I was just curious if you think
I don't know.
can.
Adam, what did you think? You think he basically called a shot here? He called the shot. Adam agrees. It looks like there's a lot of
Well,
clover
you know
down.
what? Let's see it, pal. You're talking.
I have.
I see.
no
I hear
way
a lot
he-
of this.
I'm so old and blind,
Yeah,
I
I'm not
can't even
arguing
tell
any
that's
of that.
grass. I absolutely hate you right now. I absolutely.
Anyone else want to try me? Anyone else want to try me?
I'm going home. I'm not listening to this again.
Welcome back to Fayette County TV, Channel 77 here, the Stellar Show with the legendary Doug DeCenzo, Brownsville native, correct?
Correct. Hiller.
Okay.
Brownsville, yeah, I went to Brownsville High School.
Okay.
Sure.
Congratulations, second grandchild, correct?
That's correct. Yeah, my daughter Casey, who's acting as the CEO here at the Y, she had her baby yesterday morning at 2:30. So everyone's doing well.
Yeah, that's good to hear. And she did warn us last week that she might not be here because that it could happen at any second, and she called her shot.
Yeah, she
did. Speaking of calling shots, I'm from Mount Pleasant, which we've discussed enough on the show over the 19, almost 20 episodes now. So Lobingers, Mr. Lobinger, everybody back home, and legendary Mr. Lobinger for years. Kenny, mark my words. The year I die, the Cubs will win the World Series, and they did. So now you were part of the organization during that championship win. So what was your role?
Yeah, I was the outfield and base running coordinator for the minor leagues.
Okay.
I'm currently the outfield coordinator this year, but that's what I did. Went around and visited all the minor league teams and taught them how to run the bases and play the outfield.
The thing I noticed right away is this an authentic Cubs jersey? The one you're wearing? Is this one you would have worn on the field?
No, it wouldn't have been on the field. This is just, they issue out jerseys every spring
Because I
training.
noticed the tag on there says engineered on
Yeah,
it.
but it would have been, somebody would have worn it on there
okay.
on the field this year, yeah.
So it's team issued, and they just kind of threw your name on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So if I recall right, last week we pulled one of your 92 Topps baseball cards, and you played at Oklahoma State, 84 to 85 World Series, correct?
That's correct, yep.
Okay.
We finished third in 84, and we finished seventh in 85.
That's great. That's good stuff there. So go ahead, Victor.
Oh, here. What I wanted to do is I own the store at the mall. This is why we call it the Stellar Show. My store is named Pittsburgh Stellar Collectibles, and I dug out a bunch of these. You can pass them along to the kids with the wiffle ball tournament. You at some point signed some of those.
Yeah,
so they're part
or
of the
did
store's
you?
lore.
Yeah.
Is that your signature?
Well, one of them is for sure.
Oh,
What's this? Which one doesn't look like your signature?
This one.
That looks like a fake.
Yeah, it looks like it.
I'm gonna turn it to the.
for
You deal with this in this world.
Oh yeah,
A
I
lot of
know.
fake
That's fine. I
autographs.
mean, they're not going to be able to retire on any of this stuff. But
Speaking of a real autograph,
Yeah,
this is
sure.
something we've been promoting this show, and this is the flyer that we've been
Yeah.
doing. Could you sign this to the Stellar store?
to the Stellar
show.
Stellar Show.
To, okay.
Yeah, do that.
To the Stellar
Show.
Show.
Yep.
There it is.
Thank you so much for that. We're going to hang this with pride in the store.
That one's real.
That's the real.
Unlike those Clementes that he was trying to peddle.
I just have, since you have so much knowledge in baseball, I have one question that has bothered me for years. Why don't the current batters choke up on the bat?
That's their preference. I mean, they believe they have a certain way to hit in certain situations, and I don't know, maybe they think they get more power.
Is it the exit velocity that is driving the game today, the launch angle?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's different than it was a few years ago, obviously, but yeah, I mean, that's what they're going off of, and you know, a lot of the players feel like that's how they can get paid, and so yeah, that's just where the state of the game is right now. But there's still places for choking up and putting the ball in
Putting
play.
the ball in play. I have a lot of kids that come to my store up at the mall. That's the pride of my store. What would you tell the young kids right now is the most important thing to learn at the wiffle ball age that you're teaching them before they get into, junior high and the competitive part of high school?
I think it's just basic fundamentals. I mean, as far as just knowing how to catch a baseball or how to throw a baseball, which we did the last 2 days here. Tomorrow we'll run the bases and hit. And it's funny that we hit every day with something else as an instruction part of it, but that's what everyone does anyhow, right? They'd go to the batting cage before they go catch a bunch of ground balls. But as far as once they got a little bit older and they got into some competitive baseball games, I think that they need to know what kind of hitter they are, and swing at strikes, obviously. And then the last part would be to have a plan once you get to 2 strikes. I think a lot of guys have the same plan when they don't have any strikes, and they want to try and do that with 2 strikes, and that's why you see all the strikeouts.
And as the young kids I know back from my day, stay off the high fastballs.
And real quick, I got to sneak one in since I'm a Cubs fan for the day.
I'll be back to Pirates after this.
You can punch him anytime you want.
Anyway, so I want to take it, but I'm going to, since I'm dumping on the Pirates today. So between 2013 and 2015, this has bothered me for years, in your professional opinion. Why did Hurdle not have Pedro Alvarez lay down a bunt when they would do that infield shift?
You'd have to ask Clint Hurdle for that. I've been around the game a long time, and that's about a loaded of questions.
Okay, that bothered me. Like everyone's like, it's wide open. He could have walked a second.
Yeah, I know. I mean, but managers manage the game the way they want to do it, and what their feeling is with the personnel that they have. And at the end of the day, if you win, you stick around. If you lose, you go home.
Fair enough. One question. I know we might be running a little bit long, but you went to Brownsville High School. I went to Laurel Highlands. You know where this question's going already.
Yeah.
How many times did you face Terry Mulholland?
Plenty of times.
Who got the best of who?
I think it's an even split, to be honest.
Was it really?
Yeah. I mean, Terry pitched 18 years in the major leagues, obviously.
Would you say that was the best pickoff move of all time?
Well,
a lot of people put him in that category.
Once he got to the major league level, he was so fast to home plate, he didn't need to throw the ball to first base. But back to Terry and I, he probably struck me. He struck me out in the major leagues the same way he struck me out here.
Did he?
Wait, hold on, you got a piece of him in the majors, though, right?
I can't recall.
Yeah, you did. All right. Anything you want to add before we wrap this up?
Yeah. Is there any more loaded questions?
I'm good.
I went with the LH Brownsville thing. You guys beat us
that was always a
frequently.
great competitive, just like Connellsville guys were. And
he's a Mount Pleasant guy.
Yeah,
you guys didn't play Mount Pleasant back then.
No, we didn't. No, but had a good time doing it for sure.
Yeah.
And honestly, this is great what you're doing with the kids. And honestly, if they do this again in the future, again, keep watching the YMCA site for stuff like events like this to pop up, and definitely participate. From what we saw, these kids they're getting a good education, number one, and number two, they're having a good time. So, and they just had popsicles, which looked like it was a good time. So,
fantastic.
All right, hey, thank you for coming out for the interview.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks
for
having
the
me.
autograph.
Okay, no
Wonderful.
problem.
All right, we'll see you. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Fayette County TV, Channel 77, here with the Stellar Show. A change of pace this week. We are inside Rise Pro Wrestling's Stronghold Training Center. This is located in the back of the mall for anyone that's interested. Maybe get a hold of Brandon Kay and come do some training here. Where's Victor? Oh, here we go. Look at this.
Fayette County TV, it's me, Victor, here inside Rise Wrestling, telling you that the Uniontown Mall, this is where we're filming live from today, is open every day, Monday through Friday from 11 to 7, and on Sundays from 11 to 5.
All right. Woo! All right, we got grown-up stuff to do. All right. Yeah.
The intro? We are a tag team at this current time.
Yes,
and I'm
right.
ashamed of what he's wearing as we're speaking.
What's wrong with this? I told everybody, here, take the Duke for a second. Duke's feeling the rest. This is WrestleMania week, so we're having some fun. But this here was from the Penguins giveaway last week. I said I would wear. But more importantly, what I got underneath, I know is definitely going to pop Rick. And I told Conrad Thompson this is willed to him, so if he's still interested, it will go to him one day.
Here we go again. Still do it. Andre the Giant would eat this. Andre would, I would work on his left bicep, that whole shirt.
Wow. And which would almost cover a fourth of Brock's.
So what do we got for hate mail this week?
Well, we got to, before we get into hate mail, we got to let everybody know who's sponsoring that, and that would be Malloy's Paving. Don't have the number on me, but we'll splice that in. So feedback, what do you got?
I got a lot of people who were very disgusted by the blood that you showed last week and made the fool's joke.
Ketchup,
but they don't understand that me back in the day and my whole entire life have had a lot of problems with blood. It's an interesting place for me to be right now because my first date was here at the Uniontown Mall. I had no front teeth, wore glasses, was horribly disfigured as a kid, grown into this beautiful thing that I am now.
So not much has changed.
The first date I ever went on was here at the movie theater, and I let the girl who was misfortunate enough to go on a date with me pick the movie. Well, the movie was Silent Night. It was Christmas. Unfortunately, I never saw the part that said Deadly Night. So in the first scene, Santa Claus gets picked up by this woman who's hitchhiking and buries a hatchet into her head. And I spent the entire movie in the Uniontown Mall bathroom throwing up. Do you feel better about trying to trick me with blood now?
Hatchet to the Head. I think that was the ballad off of Cannibal Corpse's one album. So thanks for, I'm going to have to listen to that on the way home.
You never believe where Pittsburgh Stellar Collectibles and the Stellar Show are. Right now, we're on the field at PNC Park enjoying Fan Fest. What's this day called, Dave? This is my buddy Dave, who's allowed me to come down with him, season ticket holder.
Field days.
Field days. And we're going to get to bat, we're going to get to field. I'm already throwing my shoulder out, so things are going to be interesting. Thanks.
Victor wakes up, his dreams on the line. A powder cap on.
Pre-game psych mode. I'm about to bat here at field day at PNC Park. I got my stick, ready to go.
Victor Malik.
Bringing for the fences, hoping for a chance. Breaking down defenses. If he could lose weight, oh what a sight. A pirate in the night, ready to ignite. With the coffee in hand and a side of fries, he sees the diamond glitter under sunny skies. Dream big, work hard, it's never too late. In his heart, he's got a pitcher's face.
Paramedics are ready. Paramedics are standing by, guys. Probably going to see my arm break off or a heart attack. Possibly a stroke if I throw too hard. 55. You're full of shit. 55, that's it.
56. Now batting.
Thanks.
Dustin
You're lying. That was 98. Had to be 98. Yeah, I didn't hit a home run. I did miss a pitch, but I had some hard shots. All in all, it was a damn good day. Thank you to Dave Doman. Thank you to the Pittsburgh Pirates. I had a blast. Thanks again.
Streams on the line, a pirate cap on, he thinks